Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to understand about the provisioner failure behavior and implement that and then understand in detail in a practical way. So from failure behavior perspective, understand decision making when provisioner fails. Either when provisional fails, continue or fail. Okay. So what does this continue and then fail mean? Okay. So on provisioner failure, continue the creation of the resource or entirely fail the resource. So the default behavior is it will automatically fail and then taint the resource. Instead of that, if you want to continue the creation of resource, you need to understand what you want to do about that. So by default, provisioners that fail will also cause the Terraform apply itself to fail. Okay. So the on failure setting can be used to change this. The allowed values are continue. Ignore the error and continue with creation or destruction. Okay, so that is on failure is equal to continue when you put in that respective provisioner. So it will ignore the error and continue with creation or destruction. And fail is the default behavior, raise an error and stop applying. Okay, so this is the default behavior. If this is a creation time provisioner, it will taint the resource. So try copying a file to Apache static content folder, which is nothing but /var3w HTML using file provisioner. So this will fail because the user you are using to copy these files is EC2 user for Amazon to Linux VM. This user don't have access to this respective folder. Okay, so only we have to /temp folder, EC2 user has access, and then you are able to copy all these things now and then test it. But if you try to copy to var3w HTML, it is going to fail. So we need to use the sudo to do that. All we know is we cannot copy it directly, but we know we have already copied this file in temp using file provisioner. So what we are going to do is we are going to test it now. So we will perform two tests here. Okay, so we'll try two scenarios. One is no on failure attribute here. Okay, so provisioner is file provisioner, new provisioner you are going to write, and inside that if you see, so you have something called source is apps/filecopy.html, right, which is nothing but whatever the file copy.html you are trying to copy, and destination is going to be var3w HTML. Instead of /temp, it is going to be var3w HTML, and this will fail. Okay, so default what happens, it will raise an error and stop applying. If this is a creation time provisional, it will taint the resource also. And when you put on failure is equal to continue, it will continue creating the resource. Okay, so if you put this tag here, then it will continue creating the resource, and then Terraform apply will not fail. So let's test this test 1 and then test 2. So before doing that, whatever you have implemented previously, these are creation time provisioners, which means when the resource is first time creating, then only you can do that. So in your previous step, whatever the resources you have created, so let's destroy those things. Okay, so I forgot to destroy in the previous step. So now we'll go ahead and then destroy. Okay, so where we need to go? So we'll go to that location, right? So we need to go to users. We are in the EC2 user on the remote mission. So let me exit here. And we are in the Terraform manifest folder, so that looks good. So I'll say Terraform destroy auto approve, right? So let the existing resource get destroyed, and then everything got cleaned up, and then we'll move on and then experiment this failure behavior with two tests, whatever we are going to perform. Okay, so one time we will test with this one, and then another time we'll test with this one. So for that purpose also we have the things here ready, right? Enable this during test 2. Okay, so first it will destroy anyway, so let it destroy. After it is destroyed, then we will enable these things and then put ready. Okay, all my previous things and previous demo things got deleted, so I'll also remove the tf state file, clear. Now come back here and then enable this. Okay, and also comment the on failure. Okay, so only for test 1 we will, test 2 will use the on failure will be enabled. Okay, so now let's go ahead and then run the commands. So Terraform plan and then approve. So I'll start with again auto approve directly. What is there? Okay, so plan is just a namesake thing for us in our demos now. So let me see, Terraform apply auto approve, right? So it should create the EC2 instance and then security groups and also provision this. And we said that it doesn't have any access. So Terraform apply should fail for us. Okay, it should raise a condition fail and then stop applying. Okay, so that's about it. So on failure is equal to fail is a default behavior. So you really don't need to write it here or implement here. Okay, so that's the reason you commented it out, and then let's see what will happen. Okay, so you can see one file provisioning got passed, second, third, and then fourth. Okay, but fifth one, whatever you have said copy to where 3w HTML file copy, it said permission denied and then failed, and your entire Terraform apply got failed here. Okay, so let's go back here and then see any of the resources got created for us. Okay, so if you see here, the resource got created but Terraform apply got failed. Okay, so now if you try to run Terraform apply one more time, so let's see what happens. Okay, I didn't make any changes, so I'm trying to see Terraform apply one more time. I am running and then see what happens. So I'm not going to say yes here, but we'll see what it is going to show it to us. So it generated the plan with apply. So let's go up. So what it is saying, destroy and then recreate the resource. Why it is saying? We said that it will taint the resource. Okay, so as it is tainted the resource, it is saying that it need to be replaced. If you want, you can even verify your terraform.tf state file for the same thing. Okay, so search for taint. Okay, so your status, your EC2 VM is tainted, so it is going to recreate. So that's what happened with this example. Okay, so I'll say no. Okay, for now, and we'll go back here, and inside this I'm going to enable this. So I'm saying on failure continue. So on failure continue. So as part of test 2, on failure also ensure that Terraform apply passes and then it will continue. So let's see the behavior, what will happen now. So I saved it. So now it is going to anyway destroy and then recreate. We are good with all the provisioners will get recreated now, correct, right? So creation time provisioners only they'll come under. So I'll say Terraform apply, and I can even say auto approve here. Okay, so I'll say auto approve. So let's see what happens now. So we can see it here with the provisioner 1, 2, 3, 4, and then fifth one also it didn't throw any error for us, and then it continued on creating the resources. Okay, so which means it created the EC2 instance without any issues. Okay, provisioner might be failed internally, but which we really don't know. Okay, so with on failure continue, that is the thing we are going to get. Why we need this on failure is equal to continue? So there are few provisioners which are not specifically very important, that if those passes then only things all other resources should be in created state. Okay, so in that case there are 10 resources you are creating and lots of stuff you are creating, and at that point of time, because of one provisioner failure, your entire that respective resource is getting failed is not a right thing here. So but that all depends on the importance of the provisioner. Okay, if it is just creating some touch file, okay, for some reason, or it is just for recording some information like AMI used or something, okay, and it is failing for some reason. Okay, so that doesn't mean the entire resource should get failed. So for that purpose, on failure continue will help. Okay, even though provisioners should be a last resort in Terraform to be used, again when you are using provisioners also you have lot of checks and balances provided by Terraform in this case. Okay, so now you have the EC2 instance got created, and if you verify the taint state, okay, so if you verify here, go to terraform.tf and then say taint, nothing is available. If you want, you can run Terraform apply and then see one more time. Okay, so if it is tainted, then it should show us destruct and then recreate. Okay, so let's see what the output Terraform apply is going to give for us. So with that said, when you use on failure is equal to continue, your respective resource will not get tainted. See, no other changes, and then everything is good. So this is the behavior. So let's come here. When you use on failure is equal to continue, your resource status will not be shown as tainted, and then your things will get automatically created and then will be ready for you, except that failed provisioner. So if you want to see this failed provisioner, you can go ahead and then see that in var 3w HTML nothing is going to be present. Okay, so I can even show you that if you want. Okay, so I can say go here and ssh -i, and we'll go to private key and terraform.key and ec2-user @ this IP. So if you go inside var 3w HTML, nothing should be available. So let me go inside and related to file copy.html. So I'll say ls var 3w/html. Okay, so only index.html is there, file copy.html is not there. So which means our provisioner got failed, but our resource got successfully created. So this provisioner got failed, but resource got successfully created. So now I'm going to clean up the resources. I'll say auto approve. So this will destroy the resource for me, and I will also ensure that this one is commented. So let me complete this. Yeah, this one is commented, and I'll also comment this entire thing, which we will enable during step 05 only, so that you are ready for the demo. And once the destruction is completed, I am also clean up these stuff. Okay, .terraform and then terraform.tf state. Okay, that's about it. And in step 7, I already highlighted about how to use the destroy time provisioner. So when you use in any of the provisioner, when you say when is equal to destroy, during the destroy time, this provisioner will be kicked in. When you run the terraform destroy only, this respective provisioner will be kicked in. So this one, when we are executing or learning about the local exec provisioner in 0903, so we are going to anyway test it. But as we discussed in this in 0901 creation time provisioner, I have also included the destroy time provisioner as a note for us to understand about it on a high level. That's about it. Okay, so if our resources got destroyed, so I'll say .terraform folder remove, and I'll also remove terraform.tf state. Okay, so this completes the file provisioner learning from provisioner's concept of Terraform. In our next lecture, we are going to focus on another concept called remote exec provisioner. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.